The Toronto Blue Jays have officially made their first move ahead of the trade deadline, and while it's not a blockbuster by any means, it could be the start of something bigger. In this video, we're breaking down the details of the trade, discussing what it means for the Blue Jays, and then talking about the latest rumors that are swirling as the trade deadline gets increasingly closer. Introducing the newest Toronto Blue Jay, Robinson Pena. Toronto Blue Jays make a trade with the Miami Marlins and bring in this guy right here. And if you've never heard of him before, I mean, that honestly makes sense because this guy has literally one inning of Major League Baseball to his name. Took place this year. I believe it was on June 20th, and he did give up a solo shot to Austin Riley, I think it was. But obviously, I mean, one inning of baseball, you cannot put a lot of weight on that at all. The good news for me is that this isn't just a minor leaguer, because when, initially I saw this, I was like, oh, like we just get a minor league guy. No, this is somebody that could actually come up to the show, and even though he's only got one inning, behind him, this is somebody that I can anticipate seeing in a Toronto Blue Jays uniform, honestly, like relatively soon. Looking at his minor league stuff right here, this was the time to make a deal for him. In his career, like, he's bounced around a ton in the minor leagues. Hasn't been the best, but this season in AAA, the guy had a 3.47 ERA over 57 innings. Again, not a game breaker here by any stretch of the imagination, but this would have been the time to make a deal for him. And I think the Toronto Blue Jays, they saw themselves, in this article, they actually put it perfectly, a quad A type of player. Yeah, literally a quad A type of player right here in Robinson Pena. So basically somebody that probably is too good for AAA, but maybe isn't, the best in the MLB, or at least we don't think so yet, but you could still use him in certain circumstances, right? You get your 5 up, 5 down type of thing in a game. Robinson Pena might be that guy. I look at that bullpen, and there's really only 3 guys in there that I can confidently say, I trust you. And those are Yariel Rodriguez, Brendan Little, and Braden Fisher. And I'm not saying that Robinson Pena is going to come in here and immediately enter into that circle of trust right there, because let's face it, he probably won't. But having additional options, having another arm, it's never a bad thing. And you're hoping that, well, maybe that can take a little bit of a workload off of one of these other guys. Maybe it frees them up to be a little bit better. I think that this is honestly just a solid move by the Toronto Blue Jays overall. They really didn't have to give up that much at all. Colby Martin, this is a high A level guy for the Toronto Blue Jays. So like, they just sent away one of their young dudes for another young guy, because Robinson is 26 years old and somebody that could actually help now. I'm not saying he's going to make a huge impact, but he could actually help this team right now. And that's honestly like admirable, I think, by Ross Atkins. The fact that he went out and made a deal right now, that's important. We've been saying for a while right now that the Toronto Blue Jays are in a position of strength. They are in an unexpected spot to be where they are at this point of the season. Let's not wait around for the trade deadline. There's no reason to hold back right now. You are in a position that's actually a playoff spot. Let's go out and get dudes immediately before, the other shoe drops where, oh, some of the pitchers start getting hurt, or, oh, some of the underperformances. No, let's strike while the iron is hot. So I appreciate Ross Atkins going out there and making a move. And that brings us to our next point about how active the Toronto Blue Jays are going to be at this year's trade deadline. And significant. It should be significant. The Toronto Blue Jays will be one of the more aggressive buyers. Whoa, time for a quick shout out to the sponsor of this video. Hit your picks and knock it out of the park with Betway. Scan the QR code down below to join the action. Only available in Ontario. Must be 19 years of older to participate. Please play responsibly. Now, everyone, back to the content. These teams will be buying Detroit Tigers, New York Yankees, Houston Astros, and the Toronto Blue Jays. And they go on to talk about how the Toronto Blue Jays would be facing a tough decision if they hadn't extended Vladimir Guerrero Jr., which is something that we'd been talking about for a long time, right? Extend Vladdy, that changes your mentality. And because he is extended, now you're not looking to sell at all. You're hoping that you can be in a spot to buy significantly come trade deadline. And right now, the Toronto Blue Jays, they are looking over at the MLB standings, folks. 42-36. Are you kidding me? How we doing? I feel good, and this is where you want to be able to convince that management to go out and to make some deals. Bigger deals than a Robinson Pena, right? This is where you want to be to actively go out there and get some stuff done. And people are already linking the Toronto Blue Jays to some relatively big names, right? This is a MLB's top 50 trade deadline candidates. Jeff Passan was the guy who put this out. Came out yesterday night, 9 p.m. So this is as recent as it can be. And because it's Jeff Passan, you know that it's legit. We can disregard some of these guys here. Alex Bregman, Jarren Duran, and he puts the percentage of them getting traded, 25%, 10% for Alex Bregman. Probably will not happen. But then you scroll down to the number 3 option here with a 60% chance to get traded. And who's the best fit? They got Toronto right there, along with a lot of other teams, so we obviously need to be aware that there is going to be tons of competition. But hey, whenever you're linked to a guy like Sandy Alcantara, I mean, that makes me a little excited. This is not a spot that I expected to be in at this point of the season. So when Jeff Passan is linking you to a guy like that, hell freaking yeah. Similarly, Freddie Peralta. Now, chance of getting traded, 20% right there, but Toronto is going to be in on it should he get moved. Basically, we can go through and see all of the big pitchers in here. Seth Lugo, Kansas City Royals, 40% chance to get traded. Toronto, attached. Zach Gallen, 30% chance of getting traded. Toronto, literally listed as the number 1 team right there. Similarly, with Merrill Kelly, 30% chance of getting traded. Who's right there? It is Toronto. That's what, like 5 pitchers that we've been, apparently linked to from Jeff Passan. That's just the top 10 most intriguing options, right? As you go further on and you scroll deeper here, there's a lot of other guys as well that Toronto is being linked to, and effectively they are all starters. So I anticipate, as does Jeff Passan, as does a lot of the just analysts in general, that the Toronto Blue Jays, they are going to be significant buyers at this year's trade deadline. Because when you look over there, Kevin Gausman, okay, Jose, yeah, Chris, great, Lauer, phenomenal, but we need some more in there. Max Scherzer's going to start today. We'll see what he has in the tank. I'm not expecting anything. I'm hopeful. I'm not expecting anything. But let's go out, get some more players, folks. But guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, go Jays, go.